Hey, we're backstage with Matthew Lewis. We just heard the most horrible sound ever.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was.
I thought you'd planned it for me. I thought it was like a nice little surprise.
No, it was the drum roll for you. Just went on a little too long. You just came off stage from your panel, probably one of the most well-attended panels of the weekend.
Good to know.
How does it feel when you get out there and you see all those people?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's anything you ever get used to,
Right.
per se. I mean, you get more comfortable doing it, but never used to it. I find it baffling that you can go anywhere and people want to listen to what I have to say, never mind to another country across the Atlantic. You know, it's
Right.
it's very, very surreal. But the audiences are always so warm and so friendly, and it's a very pleasurable experience.
Obviously, because of your accent, I want to ask you a bit about this. Where are you from in the UK?
I'm from Leeds originally.
You're from Leeds.
In Yorkshire. Yeah.
Okay, so you're from Leeds, and that's where Echo and the Bunnymen are from.
Okay. Yeah.
Some of the greatest bands in the world come from the UK. Tell me some of the bands you're into, some of the bands you might have grown up listening to, or some of the bands you've seen in the UK that I should be probably aware of or have on my radar.
Well, I mean, I've kind of, if I'm totally honest with you, over the last sort of few years become rather... I don't see many of the modern kind of bands that speak to me very much. I suppose the only ones were the Arctic Monkeys that I can still,
Yep.
You know, without fail buy their records. My genre is very much either the 60s with the the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and whatnot, and then the Britpop kind of era with Verve and Oasis and Stone Roses before that and all that kind of stuff really.
So tell me about some of those bands that you like, because I know I'm right in there with you on that.
Right.
era.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, Oasis were the band that I grew up with. My brother's about 6 years older than me, so he was sort of there in 94, 95.
Did you see the documentary that just came out?
I've not seen it. I've got it at home. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
Really
but I
fun.
saw the previous one they did years ago, The Lord Don't Slow Me Down.
Right.
And I've just got Supersonic, so I'm excited to watch that.
I just watched it the other day. It's great because it pretty much starts off on the 4 dates, the big dates, and then it just goes back and shows how. I mean, talk about a band blowing up so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, like, I read a book. I did a Celebrity Mastermind. Do you have Mastermind in Canada, the quiz show?
Don't think so.
Okay, it's
what's Celebrity
it's pretty
Mastermind?
intense. It's like you sit on this chair and there's a big light on you, and the guy asks you questions, and it's pretty full on. It's like an institution for the BBC.
Okay.
And they did a celebrity version, and you get to pick your specialist subject, and mine was Oasis.
All right, so
and I read this book called Take Me There.
Okay.
By I think Paul Mathers, I think his name is, and it charts that rise. Basically, it opened the first introduction opens at Nebworth on the stage,
right,
with the enormous crowd that they've got, and then it suddenly jumps straight back to 1993 or 4 when they're first starting out, and they're all jumping in the back of a minivan driving 300 miles.
Exactly what the documentary is.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
It really is an incredible rise to the peak, and then ultimately a decline, which, I mean, I still love their music right until they split up,
right.
but in terms of commercially success, there's a decline after Be Here Now, which is actually one of my favorite albums, but whatever. So it is a fascinating story, and they are just very, very interesting characters, I think, for a book or a movie. They're almost polar opposites in their behavior and their outlooks on life and the world, and the fact that they're brothers. It's one of those I couldn't take my eyes off, really.
Matthew Lewis backstage at Ottawa Comiccon. We're not talking about Harry Potter. We're talking about Oasis.